When did history come to life during training? When our 82-year-old guest instructor at Ranger School turned out to be a D-Day veteran who'd actually fought on the beaches we were studying. We were in the middle of a tactical exercise at Fort Benning, learning about amphibious assault operations. Our regular instructor had called in sick, so they brought in this elderly man as a substitute. Morning, Rangers. I'm Frank Morrison. I'll be teaching you about beach landings today. Most of us were annoyed. We wanted hardcore training from active duty instructor, not some old guy who'd probably never seen real combat. Morrison started drawing diagrams on the whiteboard, explaining landing craft formations and beach obstacles, standard textbook stuff we'd heard before. The key to a successful amphibious assault is momentum, he said. Once you hit the beach, you can't stop. Hesitation kills. One of the cocky trainees, Williams, raised his hand. Sir, how do you know this works in real combat? Morrison smiled. Because I did it at Omaha Beach on June 6, 1944. The room went dead silent. I was 19 years old landing with the first wave. Saw men die before they even made it to the sand. Williams looked embarrassed. Sir, I didn't know. Why would you? I don't usually tell people. Morrison continued drawing on the board. But since you asked about real combat, let me tell you what the textbooks don't say. For the next hour, Morrison described D-Day in vivid detail. Not the sanitized version from history books, but the raw truth from someone who'd lived it. We lost half our landing craft to German artillery before we reached the beach. The water was red with blood. But we kept moving forward because stopping meant dying. He showed us scars on his arm from shrapnel. Explained how his unit overcame beach obstacles under heavy fire. Described watching his best friend die 20 feet from the seawall. The lesson isn't that war is glorious, Morrison said. It's that when everything goes wrong, you rely on your training and your brothers beside you. During the practical exercise, everything clicked. We weren't just learning tactics anymore. We were honoring the memory of soldiers who'd perfected these techniques with their lives. After class, I approached Morrison privately. Sir, why don't you tell people about D-Day? He looked out at the training ground where young Rangers were practicing beach assaults. Because I'm not the hero of that story. The heroes are the ones who didn't come home. I just survived to teach the next generation what they died to learn. Morrison taught us for 3 more days. Every lesson was filled with real stories, real consequences, and real respect for the soldiers who'd come before us. When we graduated Ranger School, the entire class dedicated our ceremony to Frank Morrison and the men of D-Day. Sometimes the best teachers aren't the ones with the most credentials. They're the ones who've actually walked the path you're trying to follow.